Okay, I'm back. First of all, I apologize for no videos on Sunday or Monday. I hope you all found suitable eating content to watch while you eat lunch or dinner. But yeah, I'm back, and today we are watching East Tennessee State versus Bruton Parker Christian University. This was a best-of-5 series played in SEL tier assignment, I believe. I didn't actually confirm what this is from. I just assumed, considering that was being played last night. And I'm not really here to do high-level Rocket League analysis today. I've got a lot of talking that I want to do about non-gameplay specific and demo specific things today. Plus, I'm also pre-recording a couple of videos for this week, because I will also be gone again this coming weekend for the Scenic City Invitational LAN up in Chattanooga, hosted by the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. So yeah, a lot going on this week in the CRL space. I first of all was traveling home from Syracuse. That's where I was this past weekend, and why I didn't have videos set up for Sunday or Monday. But I was up at the University of Syracuse and speaking at their Gen G campus takeover. They invited me to speak on a panel about my experiences in esports, essentially, and how I got to where I'm at today. So that went pretty well. I think I shared some good stories and lessons and was personable. I don't actually know. I've sat and listened to a lot of guest speakers, but I've never really been a guest speaker before. So that was a new experience for me. Kind of taking the other side of that interaction where students are coming up to me at the end and asking me questions and sharing their experiences, instead of me being the student doing that. So odd experience for the first time. Not odd in a bad sense, just odd in the sense that I'd never done it before. So that was cool. Shout out to Syracuse for hosting me for the panel. The rest of the panels were pretty interesting. Had some really good conversations about CRL and about esports in general. And that's the coolest part about traveling to events like that. You get to interact with people you don't often see that share a passion for esports. So really cool. And then I got to be on the Power Esports Conference kickoff LAN. It was Boise State, Michigan State, Nebraska, and Syracuse, all compacted into a 4-team LAN. Each school played 2 matches. And as far as results go, pretty boring. There was only one series that wasn't a sweep out of the 4, which is due in large part to Boise State just looking phenomenal in the championship match they played against Michigan State. Michigan State didn't get warm up for that. So the schedule went Michigan State versus Syracuse. It was like a home match for Syracuse that actually counted for the PEC season. And then Michigan State came out and 3-1'd them. Syracuse, I don't think we're fully prepared to be playing in front of a home crowd like that, which, fair enough. I don't think many teams in CRL would be. Michigan State came out and beat them, and then had to wait a little while as Boise State trounced Nebraska. That was a 3-0, really dominant 3-0. And then Michigan State didn't get a warm-up for their grand final against Boise, which they use as an excuse, which I'll grant for maybe like game 1, maybe game 2, but they never really got into the series. Boise State really dominated them. So Boise State looked very good. I was glad to see that, because they've had some up and down results the last season or so. So Boise might be back, baby, and just in time for CRL this weekend, which I will get to in a second. I gotta focus on one story at a time. I'm very bad about just letting my brain go and keep talking about whatever, and then I've lost myself completely, and I'm just trying to find my way back. I do that while casting a lot, actually. Or no, I do that less while casting now. It used to be a bad habit of mine, but when I'm being interviewed, actually, I completely get on this train of thought, and I forget what the question even was. Like, that's how distracted I get while doing interview questions. So I really have to focus on remembering what the actual question asked of me is when I'm being interviewed. So if any of you ever interview me about anything, keep that in mind, 'cause I may forget to answer whatever question I was asked in the first place. And now I've completely forgotten what I was even going to talk about next. Syracuse thing was cool. They did a college game day style pre-show, which was awesome. And I think homelands like that are honestly the future of collegiate. I'm starting to think that conference play like that might be the future of collegiate. I wasn't a big fan of the Power Esports Conference when they first started last year. I thought it was a pretty isolationist way of interacting with the Collegiate Rocket League ecosystem. But I'm starting to see the value of it, of conferences made for consistency. And with that consistency, I think you can invest resources in making your productions look quite good and actually have some stakes that a mainstream audience can tune in and kind of get attached to rather quickly without having to have initial investment in the scene. So that's a topic for another video, honestly, because it's actually a pretty interesting topic as to what I think the future of collegiate could be like. Oh, 0-second goal? Oh, Manny. He had to beat Leo there. That was almost hype. Still might be hype. I don't actually know how this... I don't know how this game ends. I don't know how this game ends. But, overtime, I guess. Also, for those wondering who these ETSU players are, K is Kisai, and Leo is Faris, which... if you want to be all cool and hip and sound like you know what you're talking about, Faris is looking to rebrand himself to Leo. So, call him Leo. That was confirmed by Landon in Twitch chat during a show match. So, there you go. There's some insider information for you if you don't watch my stream. But good job, ETSU. You won in overtime. Almost threw that 2-goal lead though. Bruton Parker Christian University came back quite nicely. But I'm putting the results on the screen real quick while I switch replays, so close your eyes if you don't want spoilers. That was game 3, by the way. Here we go. Close your eyes. Better have them closed. I'll tell you when to open them. I won't mess with you and force you to keep your eyes closed. All right, you can open them now. I gotta update my little overlay. 2-1 is the series right now. This is game 4. And yeah, okay, so, let's see. Syracuse was awesome. Good networking event. Collegiate's in a pretty good spot, I think. Shout out to everyone that's this weekend, despite me not uploading a video, still reached out and said they've been really enjoying the content. That Baylor video did pretty well. That's a cool case study. That Baylor team with JT as the third. And so, I'll definitely be watching them a good bit this season if there are replays to review. But even T-Corel said he loves the content. So T-Corel, if you're watching right now, shout out to you, homie. Hope the season's going well so far. I gotta do another Winthrop video, honestly, because I want to see how they've kind of developed as a roster in the first couple weeks of the season. Oh man, so close. And also using Garrett G in my title gets me a ton of views. Who would have thought? But that is a topic for a probably video later this week. I'm gonna be doing one on Maryville next up. I'm probably recording them back-to-back, so I'm gonna have the same like black Rocket League hoodie on. So if you're wondering why I look the exact same in a video posted a day later, that's why. Pre-recording a good bit, because I am leaving on Thursday for the Scenic City Invitational. It's a 3-day LAN, 20 teams. And it's pretty stacked. I mean, ETSU will be there. Kennesaw State will be there. St. Edwards, George Mason, Cumberland, and Concord. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a top team, but that's what CRL is this season. There are so many top teams to remember. So that's all I can remember off the top of my head. Which I am doing some show matches tonight and tomorrow with 5 of the 20 Scenic City squads playing. So make sure you follow twitch.tv/Mr. Bepic on Twitch, because I do a lot of streaming. I will be, more than likely, streaming the majority of CRL events this fall. Whether it's the Open 3v3s, the Open Qualifiers, Closed Qualifier, I will be streaming a lot of them. Because I've been essentially verbally approved to be a community broadcaster again. So, thumbs up there. We got that going for us. That'll be some good Wednesday night content. in October. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, leaving Thursday. So I'll have my videos early on this week, tonight, tomorrow. Then I'll have podcast episode on, or no podcast episode on Thursday. We're doing a live stream on Friday, actually. So for those of you that watch the podcast, or the podcast VODs, TJ and I are recording on Friday. So that'll be out on Saturday. Granted, I'm not lazy after recording, and I actually download the VOD and upload it from my hotel. So stay tuned on that. Either way, though, there'll be a VOD on Twitch. May not just be on YouTube immediately or Spotify immediately. Which there's some more homework for you. Go follow Collegiate Exclusive on Spotify. I gotta plug all the stuff I can. I'm really trying to grow everything this semester. It's a big semester for viewership in Collegiate. Really trying to take advantage of that. So I will be completely shameless about plugging all the stuff that I'm doing in CRL. So yeah, go like and subscribe YouTube right now. But let's see what else is going on. Insane night on Twitter last night. So when I flew back from Syracuse yesterday afternoon, and I fly into Atlanta because I grew up in the suburbs of Atlanta. So my parents still live in the area. So my dad picked me up from the airport, and I went home, had dinner with parents, and visited for a bit before driving back to Auburn. And before I left, like right before I left, I was just like scrolling through Liquipedia because I wanted to look at the Scenic City Invitational Liquipedia page for some reason. I don't remember why. I noticed there was a $10,000 CRL LAN happening just on Liquipedia. And so I look at it. I look at the Start GG because whenever there's a tournament that I haven't heard about, I'm immediately like, what is this event? How is it a scam because I haven't heard of it? And so I looked at the Start GG page, and I don't think it's a scam because I've gotten a lot of local people telling me that they have trust in the TOs. But 10K event, and it says the prizing split will be announced after competition. And that was yesterday. They have come out and said after I posted that on Twitter. Also, I'm going to interrupt myself. Close your eyes now. I'm going to be switching replays. We've forced Game 5. It's a Game 5 between Bruton Parker Christian University and East Tennessee State. And here we go. Game 5. Keep the yapping going, though. So they have come out and said that they will change that pricing split thing. And it'll be public today, actually. So I'll probably tweet about that. It's almost a crazy goal. BPCU has been so close a couple of times. Oof, that's rough, Cass. Yeah, so I posted about that on Twitter, just being like, what? There's a $10,000 LAN going on, and no one's heard about it? What was happening? And it kind of popped off. There were like, Alpha Kep replied, Lethamir quote tweeted, Jerns Kunstra, I don't know how to pronounce his name, actually, I only read it, not verbalize it. The shift guy, he retweeted it. And so I feel a little bad because of kind of the negative backlash almost that this tournament got once it was actually publicized for the prize pool split and the fact that it's a 10K event that no one's heard about. Because I think anyone that's been in the Rocket League scene, period, for a while is kind of jaded when it comes to events like that. Like, there's no way a TO just has that kind of money that they're putting into Rocket League and it's not a scam of some sort. That's just happened so much in the scene that I think a lot of people assume that it's a scam. So I was reached out to by some people involved that I do respect, and they were... I got some positive and negative things about it. The negative things were told to me kind of hush-hush, and so I can't really talk about them for fear of giving away who did tell me. But apparently it's a bit of a mess in the background. But at the same time, the tournament organizers do seem to be reputable. It's tied to like a minor league baseball team in Midland, Michigan. That's where the land's being held. And it's happening, it's being hosted on the baseball field, which is dope. I've worked with some groups that have toyed with that idea before in Alabama, which is a great concept, and I hope it does go well. I really hope it does go well. Still waiting on the pricing split to come out. I'm sure I'll tweet about that when it does become public. But that tweet popped off, and so that was a crazy night. I get back from my drive, and I've got 12,000 impressions on it. It's a little insane. I was not expecting that, but that happened. So I was high strung last night. Had 2 coffees on the drive home, because when I'm driving in the dark, I need to be properly caffeinated so I don't crash and die. Nice demo. And so I get back and have all of that happen, and I'm messaging people and replying to tweets, and so had to have a bit of a drink, I guess. I don't actually know how family friendly. I had alcohol to calm myself down a bit, and so I ended up passing out on my couch and waking up to more DMs. Ooh, look at that! That Leo dunk right there. Actually, kind of want to watch that back. Hold on. Ah, stupid. Ah, okay, this works. No boost, just owns in the back line. That was nice. Yeah, so I passed out on my couch, woke up to even more DMs. So it's been an insane yesterday evening into night, into waking up groggy, and then posting about the show matches. Man, Collegiate's just been a roller coaster. And I expected this. I mean, I knew it was going to get crazy with all the new players and places to watch this season. But, man, yeah, we are... It's hitting hard. The beginning of the season is hitting hard. So, it's a fun grind. That's what you sign up for, though, when you work in the space. In any kind of athletics, like esports, traditional sports. That is what you sign up for when you make that a job. But, I think that's all I wanted to really yap about. Next video will be about Maryville. They announced that they are not competing this fall, which I had heard talking to Clerky, the Maryville director, over the weekend, that EXO is going full time with GK, the pro org, as their coach, and so he was leaving Maryville effective immediately, which came as a shock, and then it leaked over the weekend. So that's public now. So that'll be what the next video is about. So. Like and subscribe for more good content. Ring the bell and such, so you know when I post. Whatever you like. I don't know. I feel weird asking people to do stuff like that, but I know it's supposed to be helpful for the channel. But I need to lock into this game, actually. I know I said I wasn't really focusing on analysis, but we are going to at the end here. ETSU's offense looks so good. They look so good. And I had heard a lot about this French duo. I think one player referred to Kasai as Thanos. I can't remember if it was Kasai or Leo, but called him Thanos, which I thought was pretty funny. That's a cheeky double commit, though. There's no boost. Kasai's got a... well, maybe do more if Milk has more control of the ball, but 8-5 overtime. This is hype. I actually don't remember who wins this. We might find out, because ETSU have just caused so much chaos. Landon didn't want to commit right there. It was very bad for BPCU to start. Which they look a little weird in the midfield sometimes. A little bit of uncertainty. But small things that we'll just keep an eye on. I do love the passing from East Tennessee State. Those guys look like they're gelling fairly well early on. And they're forcing so much panic on the BPCU side. Barons still have boosts, though. But they're double committing everywhere. Awkward there for Manny. Milk doesn't connect on the bumps either. Well, I'm impressed that Bruton Parker were able to survive right there. And I mean, these guys do have a lot of experience playing together, so even if they are kind of panicking and double committing, they should be able to work their way out of spots like that. Oh. Cast downfield. Cast is such a fun player to watch. What he's able to do with the ball. He's got a lot of car control. I mean, you saw it kind of, well, he gave up the goal where he was awkward in the midfield, but he almost salvaged it. Like, stop ball, kept his octane close to it. Oh, no. That's rough. Manny bails out. It's a fake. First man challenge doesn't work. Cass gets a bad touch, and Mook dives out. Braden Parker just had so many panicky moments there in defense, and ETSU finally wore them down. Took them a while, but finally they wear them down. And winning game 5, ETSU, they are a good team this season. Definitely top 20 already, and they got 2 French players on their lineup. So probably going to win the CRL championship if I were to guess. But that's this video. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Get notified for more. I'll see you tomorrow. I got a lot of videos coming out this week. There's a lot to talk about this week. So, bye everyone. Be good.